What is good? What is good? What is good? What is good? Hello, people. Hello, YouTube. We are back today. Happy first day of the week, or second, depending on how you view the week. I kind of think of it as a second day of the week, so happy second day of the week. But traditionally, and if you went to school and everything like that, a lot of people consider it first day of the week. So, we are back. Hopefully, we're back to that consistency that I was having, like back when I was like 87 to 1990 Jordan status, like right before his prime. I was there, but then I had another venture that I was trying to do, and I don't know. I don't know where that is going necessarily. You guys saw the videos that I posted about it, so I won't get into that too much, but we're going to get back to the consistency on here, because those times when I was getting that amount of view count, I definitely like that, so I'm going to try to get back to that. But the world has progressed in certain ways since, it's only been really a month, like a month and a half since I stopped being super consistent on this, and then the way the world has progressed since then is pretty interesting. So I will get into that, some of that in this video here, and those trends that I was discussing in those times, like basically since March to like halfway through last month, like that like stretch of consistency, all those trends I was talking about during that time, they're only gonna get worse. I had a video a while back that's like America runs on trends. Like the entire world runs on trends, especially with how everything is all interconnected. So, all those trends, we'll get into it, but it's not all of a sudden like these things are going to be here for a while, which is why I always keep reiterating, get yourself in a good position, understand the landscape first and foremost, try to work yourself into a good position to make the most of these trends, and then just like ride them out for probably the rest of your life, at least 1 to 2 generations, if not the rest of your life. So yeah, let's just get into it here. UK energy shortage, not caused by lack of energy, but lack of workers. MGTOW. So if you guys have been following the global news stories, you may have heard about the UK energy shortage. As we get into the winter months, the UK is facing a large-scale energy shortage, and people are worried that there will not even be enough usable energy to go around for people to do basic things like heat their homes. Many sources are pulled from to supply the UK's energy needs: coal, natural gas, gasoline, and some green energy sources. And obviously, if you have been following any of these news stories, you know that a bunch of nations across the world are trying to increase the amount of energy they get from like green sources, which ironically, in order to build those things, they need like the non-green sources of energy. So it is what it is. We'll see how that goes. Maybe the technology gets better, right? Like maybe it's just the beginning, who knows. But as of today, the main supplier, which most of the world, including the UK, gets their energy from, the main source is coal. It's still coal. Like, I don't know how long it's been since the Industrial Revolution first started, but I mean, just post-industrial revolution world, the number one overall source of like where people get their energy has been coal throughout that stretch of time. Like at first I think it was steam powered stuff, but then once they learned about the coal shit, it's just been coal since that time. Yeah, like But I digress. I could get into that. That's not the topic of this video, so we'll just continue with the script here. Gotta continue with the script here. But the interesting thing, I dare even say the funny thing. The reason I say funny is because people have been talking about this for a while, and then me on this channel, once I kind of learned the trends going on in terms of how the world's been going and like what I was born into, and aligning what I saw growing up with, all of a sudden now I'm aware of the trends that have been going on since even before I was born. That's why I call it funny, because this is not even anything like new or unexpected to anyone. I can even imagine like someone who's been following this stuff since they like maybe they're 60 right now, like, they would just be laughing at all this stuff at this point. Like me when I'm 50, if I make it there, I'm probably just going to be laughing at most of this stuff. Like I'm already laughing at a lot of it now, but so that's why I say funny. Only because we've been discussing this for a while on the channel. The funny thing is that the supply shortage is actually not an energy shortage, not a fuel shortage, meaning that there's not a shortage of coal, natural gas, gasoline, or green energy, or anything like that. What there is a shortage of is there's a shortage of truck drivers to transport the energy from one place to another around the countries in the UK. Energy is transported, or fuel, however you want to say it, is transported in huge quantities by gigantic big rig vehicles. And odds are you've seen one of these trucks on the road and probably tried to drive as fast as possible to get in front of them so you wouldn't be stuck going 40 miles per hour on the freeway. I know I've done that. I'm pretty sure you've done that. I got some younger people watching this channel now, so like, assuming you can drive, you've probably done that. Like if you're over 16, you've probably done that. But yeah, now that I got younger people watching, I gotta modulate, like, because some of the things I say, I have to like make it understandable for some of the young guys watching. So okay, well, it turns out that a high degree of skill, that it takes a high degree of skill to operate these vehicles. And guess what? There's a shortage of these skilled workers. Furthermore, the shortage does not seem to be abating anytime soon, which you're aware of if you're aware of anything MGTOW. But like we'll get into that more in the script. According to Bloomberg, there are 2,000 of these workers leaving the workforce per week. 2,000. And only 1,000 workers coming in to replace them per week. And these are UK numbers, remember that. Like this is from the UK, even though this issue is worldwide, but like we're specifically talking about the UK for most of this video until the end. But we'll get there. So what did Bloomberg get right? What they got right is that many of these workers are simply retiring. That's true. The average age of workers in this profession is 55 years old. Let me say that again. 55 years old. 55 years old. That's the average age, is 55 years old. If that isn't doomsday, I don't know what is. But what Bloomberg didn't mention, though, is MGTOW. Especially, obviously, right? They didn't mention MGTOW. Especially the impact that is now being felt from the decisions of the younger MGTOWs. 1,000 people entering this area of labor for every 2,000 leaving. Think about it. It looks like two things that we've discussed on this channel are beginning to rear their ugly heads. One, the previous two generations, Gen Xers and Millennials, for various reasons, did not have as many children as the generations prior to them. So the economy built by previous generations simply does not have enough numbers to be sustained by later generations. That's number one. Number two, the second thing that we've discussed on this channel that's beginning to rear its ugly head. Number two, the lack of incentives for younger men to work. Just facts, basic. Lack of incentives for younger men to work. These jobs are part of that section of blue-collar labor jobs of the economy that mainly men rather than women do. I was just listening to something on Bloomberg today that there was an Australian, and Australia is like, it's like California, UK, and Australia are some of, maybe New York you could add in there, like some of the biggest, like, just doomsday places for MGTOWs to be in. But like, it was some Australian blockchain cryptocurrency firm that the leader, the head of it, is a woman, and she was saying how more women need to be involved in the male dominated cryptocurrency space. Like, she kept saying that. She's like, there's all these opportunities for women, and it's so male dominated. And she had a whole like thing discussing that. And I was thinking, I'm like, what about truck drivers? Why don't women pick up the slack in terms of their truck driver labor force? But obviously there's like nobody saying this. Nobody's saying that at all. And we know why. If you've been watching any of these content, you already know. Like, you already know. But so these blue collar jobs that mainly men rather than women do. Mainly. Not saying that there's no women truck drivers or anything like that. There are. But like, we're just talking about ratios here. Obviously, I'm not a truck driver, so like, there's women truck drivers and I'm not one. I'm just talking about the generals here. So with all the talk of labor equality, what is the ratio of female to male truck drivers? You tell me. But due to the lack of solid, basic family structures, lack of desirable women, lack of stable purchasing power, among other things, young men are avoiding the labor force like the plague. See, I might have been a truck driver. I could be a truck driver. I'm 24 years old. The average age, like they said, is 55. The average age is 55. I have like 30 years of which I could probably be a truck driver. But am I gonna do it? I got no wife, got no kids. Like, I have a little bit of money now, but like, if I keep that in the bank, it just loses its value. Plus, I have to pay the bank money just to keep it inside of the bank. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm 24 years old right now. I'm not rushing to go fill the gap of labor that's needed in the United States and California. I mean, we have like 60 plus shipping containers off of the port of Los Angeles. Am I rushing to go unload those containers? Like, am I rushing to go try to apply for a job to work on a shipyard? Not really. I'm making YouTube videos talking about the labor shortage. But, okay, young men are avoiding the labor force like the plague. And this is something that is only the beginning of its due course. Like we've discussed on this channel, at least 30% of men, at least 30%, the number could honestly be more. At least 30% of men aged 18 to 30 are so-called incels. And some things, after a certain age, are very hard, if not nearly impossible, to turn around. I'll just leave that there. But okay, now to wrap up the video. I don't even know how long this video is. Hopefully the beginning of that consistency. We got to get back to that. But now to wrap the video up, these energy shortages are looking to be systemic. China and other parts of Asia are starting to see shortages where they are. This will manifest itself in long lines at the gas station, blackouts, and the like. The United States may see the effects come stateside as well. So prepare, fill up your gas tanks, and do whatever else you can do given your situation, and then just hunker down, straight up. Hunker down. Like I say, it's gonna get ugly before it gets better again. We're only at the beginning of this system-wide failures such as this one. Understand the reasons for what you're about to witness in the next coming years. I don't even know how long it will be, but the next years. Understand the reasons for what you're about to witness. Some of them were discussed in this video. Put yourself in a position to avoid the chaos, and hopefully what you build in these days will get you through these times and then allow you to prosper once we get to the other side of that. So yeah, that's what I got for today for you guys. video number one of the day, I have some other scripts written, but like I don't want to blitzkrieg it all. Like I do want to get back to some consistency though, so we'll see. I might post another one today, but I'll probably definitely be posting one tomorrow. So that is it for me for now. I will catch y'all later. Peace out. Stay up. Stay healthy. Stay vigilant. Stay learning too. That's also important. And don't give in to, like I've experienced recently, you cannot give in to some of this stuff. Like you just can't. Like we owe it to people like that are in generation alpha and then beyond. We owe it to them to not like let this stuff stand for much longer. And that's all I gotta say on that. I will catch y'all later. Peace out and stay healthy, guys.